Hello students, this is the second video on first chapter communication skills. In the last video you have learned many topics like what is communication, why do we communicate, components of communication, barriers in communication, various form of communication, verbal communication, non-verbal communication, visual communication. In this video we are going to learn about written communication. Written communication refers to the process of conveying a message through the written symbols. In other words, any message exchanged between two or more persons that make use of written words is called as written communication. So you already know that sometimes we text someone, we send letters to someone, we send circular or memos. So these are the written communication, the communication that is made by using the written words. We will learn something more about it. Written communication is used to send out messages through letters, circulars, manuals, reports, telegrams, office memos, bulletins, etc. It is a formal method of communication and is less flexible. So it's a formal method. Formal means when we talk about the official things, we want to send one business house wants to send a message or letter to some other business house, or one office wants to send some messages to other officers. So these are called formal, and it's a less flexible means we cannot alter, we cannot modify once the message is sent. So that's why it's a less flexible. Now we are going to learn about advantages of written communication. So it is a permanent record, ideal for official and legal matters, present complicated matter accurately. It can be referred to anytime for clarification. Means suppose someone want clarification on a certain message, that can be done. It is suitable for long distance communication, and it can be sent wherever you want. Let's say if you want to send it to the other countries, so you can do that. Unlike oral communication that cannot be sent to the distance areas. Next, it can be sent to many people or organization at the same time. If you want to send one letter to like 100 people, so copies of the letter can be sent to the as many as persons you want. Now next is a disadvantage of written communication. It is time consuming, it takes time. You have to draft the letter, you have to get the printout of the letter, then it has to be posted. So it takes time as comparison to oral communication or other visual communication. So it is costly as it uses paper and printing. Immediate clarification or feedback is not possible. We have seen that clarification can be asked, but it takes time. It causes delay in taking decision. It is not suitable for unlettered people. Unlettered people means uneducated people. So if a person is uneducated, you cannot use this mode of communication for such persons. Lack of flexibility is there as written documents cannot be changed. We have already learned that it is less flexible. So once the message is tabbed or sent, it's not in our hand to change it. So it's less flexible, or lack of flexibility is. Now, good writing skills, good communication skills help us communicate our message effectively and with more clarity. A good written communication needs correct knowledge of grammar, punctuation, and spelling. So, if you want to become a good communicator using the written communication, you should have a good knowledge of grammar, punctuation, and spelling. This is what we are going to learn now. Now we are going to learn about sentences and phrase. So what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that convey some idea of something but not complete thought. So it's a group of words, it gives you some idea but not a complete thought, that we call phrase. Example, in the morning, out of town. So these are the phrases. They give some ideas. Okay, in the morning, something is happening in the morning, but what is happening, that idea is not here. Okay, a phrase doesn't begin with capital letter, neither it ends with the full stop. So this is a phrase. Now next, sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that convey complete thought. Example, I'm writing a letter. So this is a complete, these group of words give us a complete idea. I'm writing a letter. So unlike phrase doesn't convey the complete thought, only indicates some idea. Okay, and a sentence begins with capital letter and ends with the full stop. So this is your. Now we will learn about subject and object. A sentence has a subject and an object. A subject is what or who the sentence is about. For example, Suman works at a bank. So whom we are talking about? Suman. So that is a subject. Sometimes we say the subject performs some actions. So who is performing action? Suman is performing action. Sometimes we talk about the subject. Okay, the table is broken by Harry. So what we are talking about? We are talking about the table. So table is a subject. So what is or whom we are talking about is called a subject. The subject is either doer of the action or something is told about the subject. Now next, objects. So what is object? An object is part of the sentence that tells something about the subject. So the part of the sentence that tells about the subject is called object. So we'll take the same example. Sunita is singing a song. So Sunita is subject. So this is the rest part of the sentence. So what this sentence is telling about, this part of the sentence is telling about, this part of the sentence is telling about about Sunita. Okay, so that is object. Now object can be direct or indirect object. So what is direct object? A direct object is the object that receives the action done by the subject. Action received by the object is called direct object. My mother, my brother bought me a book. So who is receiving action here? The book. Because the action is done on the book. The book is bought. So this book is receiving action. So it's called direct object. Now indirect object. So indirect object identify the person, thing for whom what the action of the verb is performed. For whom the action is performed. We'll take the same example. My brother bought me a book. So where the action is done? The action is done on the book. This is your direct object. And for whom the action is done? So for me. For me. So this is your indirect object for whom the action is performed, or what the action is performed. That we call indirect object. Now we are going to learn about types of sentences. Sentences can be classified into four types: assertive or declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. So first is assertive or declarative sentence. A sentence that makes a statement is called assertive or declarative sentence. For example, I play badminton. Parvin is a good footballer. So these make some statement. Okay, these words make a statement, or this sentence make a statement. So this is your assertive or declarative sentence. Next is your interrogative sentence. You know, interrogative sentence ask a questions. Okay, that we call interrogative. Where is your book? Do you have any pen? So this is your interrogative sentence. Next is imperative sentence. An imperative sentence expresses a command, request, suggestion, or advice. Okay. Example: shut the door. let me go home please. So this is an order, this is a request. So these we call imperative sentence. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the parts of speech. A sentence is made up of different words. On the basis of their uses and function, these words are categorized into 8 classes. These different classes of words are called parts of speech. Okay. So we will just see these are the parts of speech. First is the noun. You are very well off there. Name of person, animal, place, or thing are called noun. Delhi is a big city. Mohan will come today. So Delhi and Mohan is a noun. Pronoun. A word that replaces noun are called pronoun. He is my friend. She plays the guitar. He and she are pronoun. Next is a verb. Verb shows some action or state of being. Pratik kicks the ball. Meena eats chocolate. So kicks and eats are verb. Adjective modifies noun or pronoun. I have a big toy. So this big word is describing toy, that is noun. And Manas sang a sweet song. Again, this sweet is describing song. What kind of song? The sweet song. So big and sweet are adjective. Adverb modify a verb or adjective. He walks slowly. This slowly is describing verb walk. How does one walk? So walk slowly. So describing this walk verb. Okay. So this is your adverb. She is coming now. So coming is verb, and this now when is she coming? Now. So this now is an adverb. Prepositions link two nouns in a sentence. Okay, links a noun or pronoun to some other word in the sentence. So a book is under the bed. So one is book, other noun is bed. So this under is linking both of them. So this is preposition. Put these clause in the back. So clause and backs. So linking this in is linking both the noun. Okay, this is a preposition. Conjunction joins two sentences, phrases, or words. Sita is tall and beautiful girl. So joining tall and beautiful. This is a conjunction. Ravi or Raman will come. This is also conjunction. Interjection. Express emotions or sudden feeling. Hooray, we won. Wow, you have a beautiful frock. So these hooray and wow are the word that expresses our sudden feeling or emotions. So this is next. So these are the parts of speech. Here we can see in sentence. Alas, the poor man was suffering from fever and he died yesterday. This alas is interjection. This poor is an adjective, man is noun, suffering is a verb, from is preposition, and is conjunction, and he is pronoun, and yesterday is an adverb. So these are parts of speech. Okay, now we are going to learn. Now we are going to learn about punctuation. So punctuation are many type of punctuation that we use while we write our sentences. So first is full stop or period. So the full stop is most commonly used punctuation mark. You already know. Okay, so where do we use to mark the end of the declarative sentence? They are playing cricket. Full stop is here. After initial of the personal names T.S. Srivastava or S. Tiwari. So these are the full stop that are used. Now we are going to learn about comma. So the comma are used at the various places before coordinating conjunction that link to independent clauses. Independent clauses mean the clauses which are not dependent on any other clause. So Suman came in and Ratan went out. So Ratan went out is an independent clause. This one. And Suman came. This is also independent clause. Okay. So here is the comma used. He has never been to school yet. He knows mathematics. So there at again these two are independent clause. This one and this one, so here comma is used after a dependent clause that starts a sentence. So although he is thin, he is strong. So this is independent clause, although he is thin, because this doesn't make a complete meaning. So it's an independent clause, but because it's beginning the sentence, dependent clause is here. So here we will use comma. When he saw me, he started laughing. Again, this is an independent clause. So this is we use comma, and here also some uses of comma to separate atom in a series. I bought a pen, comma, a pencil, and a notebook. So pen and pencil between this. This is a series: pen, pencil, notebook. Now after introductory adverbs, finally we won the match. This we call introductory adverb. This is an adverb describing the verb won. One did one finally. So, but it is an introductory adverb because it's begin with a sentence. So here we can use a comma, and certainly C is going to come the same things. Next, when attributing quotes. Attributing quotes means we are introducing quotes here. Raman said, "What does Raman say?" So we are introducing it here. So here will comma. We'll use comma. Okay. And direct speech. He said, comma, have you done your work? So same thing. Now next. Now question mark. A question mark is placed at the end of an interrogative sentence. So where is your book? What is your name? At the end of the tag question, you are a teacher, aren't you? What is a tag question? That question that is generally asked to confirm the statement made by the speaker. So here you are a teacher is a statement made by the speaker, but still the speaker wants to confirm it, aren't you? So these we call tag question. So at the end of tag question also, she bought a car, didn't she? Use a question mark after a rhetorical question. Who cares? Isn't it an easy way? So these we call rhetorical questions. Now next we are going to learn about exclamation mark. So we use exclamation mark to give a direct order. Stop there. Get out of the door. So these are the exclamation mark because we are using a direct order, and even to give a warning. Watch out. Hurry up. We also use exclamation mark to express our sudden feeling and emotions. Alas, he is no more. So here we have used exclamation mark. Next is quotation mark. Quotation mark are used to set off a direct quotation. So this is we call direct quotation. Read your book. This is the quotes, or these are the words spoken by the speaker. Who spoke these words? The teacher. So we just want to put the same word of the teacher within the quotes. So this here we use quotation mark. Single quotation mark are used to indicate names of book or movies. For example, he wrote our planet. So this is the name of the book. Next, apostrophe. So apostrophe is used to show ownership. It's Ram's book. So Ram's book. This show ownership. The whose book is this? Ram's. So who's owner of this book? Ram. So, okay. So Ram's book. Now in contraction. Contraction means when we join two words by removing some words and make a shorter one. So for example, this is that is. So that and is two words have been shortened here. They have been condensed or contracted, and this apostrophe is used. That's my house. Okay. So this is that is my house. It has been contracted. I will talk to you later. So I'll talk to you later. So this we have used apostrophe here. Now next is colon. A colon is used to expand or add details. elaborate or add list of atoms after complete statement. You will see here the example, I live by some rules. So this is my statement, but what rules? There's a list of rules here. So honesty, sincerity, and humility. To, to introduce these list of atoms, we use here colon. So I live by some rules, and the list is here, honesty, sincerity, and humility. I only believe one thing. So this I have made the intro one statement here, but what I am talking about is given here after the colon. So I believe one thing, be truthful. Here it should be full. Is the gap is supposed not to be there. Okay. So this is colon, and now next semicolon. A semicolon is used to separate clauses of equal importance. So Raman is an engineer. He works with ISRO. Both of them are the sentences of equal importance. We can put even full stop here, but when we want to show close relationship between the two sentences, then instead of full stop we put a semicolon. Okay, so Raman is an engineering, he works with ISRO. So we are talking about Raman here, we are talking about Raman only here also. So that's why we put a semicolon here instead of full stop. Next is brackets. So brackets are also called parentheses. These are used to provide some extra information that is not always essential to complete a sentence. So non-essential words are put within the brackets. Two brother, if you don't use this Ram and Lakshman, then also complete the sentence will complete its meaning. Two brother went to forest. Complete, there is no problem. But we want to give some extra information about the sentence. So who are these two brother? We have given here within the parentheses Ram and Lakshman. So this is what we use brackets for. Okay. Next dash. A dash is used to separate group of words. Example, you are the friend, the only friend on whom I can rely. So these are the group of words. This is also one type of extra information that we have given. Otherwise, this will be fine. You are the friend on whom I can rely. But we just want to emphasize that only the friend. So here we can use dash. Now next is happen. A happen is used in compound adjective and in some compound words. So he is a well respected person. Well respected person. So here we use my mother-in-law. So we can use mother happen in law. Okay. So these we call compound adjective or compound words. We use happen. Now we are going to learn about the articles. So articles are the words that are placed before the nouns to make them definite and indefinite. So there are two types of articles. One we call definite and indefinite. What is indefinite article? A and an are called indefinite articles. A is used before the word that begins with consonant sound, and an is used before the word that begins with vowel sounds. So what are the uses of indefinite articles? Indefinite articles are used with count noun whose specific identity is not known to the reader or the hearer. Count noun means that can be counted. Okay, so like chair, table, book. So and whose identity is not known. For example, she has bought a car. So she has bought a car. We don't know about the car, so that's why it is used O before, because car is not known to the reader or the hearer. That's why it's O is used before that. It can be used in place of one referring to a single object or a person or a single unit of measure. For example, I needed a kilogram of sugar. So this is used in place of 1. I need 1 kilogram of sugar. So I need 1 kilogram of sugar. Okay. Now with the count noun, whose specific identity is not known. So this already covered. We're moving to definite article. So definite article, the is the definite article and its uses are here for specific things or for the things that are unique. Specific things, the things that we are that the hearer or the listeners knows, or the things that has already been introduced. Okay, here are the unique things: the sun, the moon, the earth. Before adjective denoting the whole class, the rich, the poor. So the rich is an adjective, but when we use the before them, so it denotes the whole class. The rich should help the poor, mean the rich people should help the poor people. So we haven't used rich people, we just say the rich. This means the rich people. Okay. So before the superlative nouns, for example, the longest tunnel, the most beautiful picture. So longest and most beautiful are the superlative degree of adjective. So we use the before them. Before nationalities like the Indian, the Japanese. So if the Indian peoples are there, we can call them the Indian or the Japanese. Okay. Before title of holy books, buildings, river, ocean, mountains, or desert, the Ramana, the Himalaya, the Sahara Desert, the Pacific Ocean, the Bible. So we use the before these. Now at the end of this video, we are going to learn something about questions. So why do we ask questions? So there are many reasons we ask questions. So first, to get information or knowledge. To get information or knowledge. For example, what is communication? I wanted to know about the communication. I would ask a question to you. Okay. Or even to check knowledge. We can ask question to check knowledge. To remove any kind of confusion and clarify our doubts is communication and essential skills. I want to clarify my doubt. Then also I can ask questions. Next, to solve problems. Okay, what is your opinion about this problem? If we have some problem and we are sitting there at a meeting or in a conference asking the solution of a certain problem, we use these question techniques. Okay, to start and then strengthen the relationship. To start and then strengthen the relationship. For example, what is your name and where are you from? So we just want to start, communication with someone, and then we want to strengthen the relationship to make our relationship stronger. So there are different types of questions. So when we call yes no questions, yes no questions means the answer to those questions come in yes or no are called yes no questions. For example, do you want ice cream? The answer will be either yes or no. Are you going market? So answer would be either yes or no. So these we call yes no question. The yes no questions are close-ended questions with limited option for answers. Now next is your work question. Work questions are the questions that begins with the verb word like who, what, where, when, why. There have been additional questions how. Okay, so for example, where are you going? So here the answer is not going to be in yes or no, but answer will be something else. So this we call work question. So these are open-ended questions as they have many options for answer. Next is question tag. This we have already learned when we were learning about the question mark. Okay, the punctuation question mark. So question tag, the question that is asked to confirm the statement that has already been made, where the first part of the positive sentence followed by the negative tag or the negative statement followed by the positive tag. So the statement, if the statement is positive, the question tag will be negative. If the statement is negative, the question tag will be positive. For example,
he is a good student. This is a positive statement. Then question tag will be negative, isn't it? I'm just confirming that what I am making a statement is right or not. So I'm just confirming from the here. Next, this is negative statement. She doesn't enjoy reading. Then question tag will be positive. She doesn't she doesn't enjoy reading. So does she? Again, it's a question tag confirming the statement. So this goes like this. If the statement is positive, question tag is negative. If the statement is negative, the question tag is positive. So question formed with the auxiliary verb are also close-ended question. Okay, like can you go out to play, or is your home far away from here? So these are the questions. So there are many purposes of asking question. There are different type of question: yes no question, that we also call close ended questions; verb question, that we call open ended question; question tags that followed the statement, and if the statement is positive, the question tag is negative; if the statement is negative, the question tag is positive. So this is all for this video. Thank you very much.